And we're back.
Welcome back. Okay, wait. What do you remember, Simeon? What did you remember?
Oh shoot! Wait, I definitely
forgot?
remember. I'm gonna throw away this trash.
Okay. What do you remember from your childhood nostalgia?
Right. Okay. So like, I just remember. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay. So there was this. Am I?
Yeah. You used to press record.
We're good. We're good. We're all good. I think it was like 2020. I think Jacksepticeye played Mario 64, and I was like, you know what? I don't think I'm ever gonna be able to get this game. I'll just watch him play it. And he didn't even play. He only played through like 2 levels.
Oh.
And then he never played it again. So I still haven't been spoiled on like obviously it's been so long that I've known about Mario 64 that through context clues alone I've probably seen the entire game. But like I've never played it and I've never really been spoiled on like anything from the game, like ever. So like Jacksepticeye plays it, right? And he walks into Peach's castle, and I swear I had the most nostalgic experience. You ever get that where like nostalgia just hits you?
Yeah. I had that with Paper Mario.
And like you just have a small seizure, and it's just like,
well, I mean, I don't know about that.
whoa. Because that Peach's Castle music, along with him running around, because like, I remember I would just explore Peach's Castle. It's funny, I've always been the same way with games, where the main quest is shown to me, and I do everything but the main quest.
Yeah, side quests.
And just explore I did that with Super Paper Mario, and in fact, in the show, I specifically was like, oh no, I'm not gonna do that this time, because that'll take too long. Where they're like, go to this level, but I'm like, no, I'm gonna discover every secret in Flipside or whatever, until I finally, like, how far does Flipside go? Where did the depths? And I ended up finding, in Super Paper Mario, there's like, sewers that you can secretly find, and like, guys who sell you stuff, and like, secret rooms within the secret sewers, like, there's so many things.
Yeah.
And so when I was given the controller for the first time, my first instinct was just like, explore Peach's Castle. Where does Peach's Castle go? Apparently there's like a basement in Peach's Castle and Super Mario 64, but then there's also like secret rooms and secret levels inside the basement. And I remember just like running around, obviously barely knowing how to control the character in the first place. And Miss Christie's son was just like, oh yeah, there's like secret rooms or whatever in some of these places. And I was just, what? Like what? Like everything about the game was blowing my mind. Wow, you're just
really cool
absolutely blasting through this so well.
I played a lot of this.
Compare that to like the footage that you won't see because it was all buzzy. But yeah, so that's just Mario 64. Now we move over to, I think he just was done playing Mario 64, and he plugs in his GameCube, right? And like we were visiting all the time, so like, this is like a regular thing. We'd go and visit, and I'd see whatever new game he was playing, and he played this game called Castle Crashers. And I thought it was the coolest looking thing, because the moment I started watching him play, was like that level where you're on the elevator and like everything's on fire and like you can eat a sandwich and turn into a big guy and slam guys around.
Played the game.
Yeah, we did. Check out the main channel. We played Castle Crashers with immense amounts of lag and a bad mic on a Johnny and far away.
So we don't need to tell them that.
Go watch Castle Crashers.
Go watch our Castle Crasher video.
Yeah, no other reason to or to not.
Yeah.
Go watch some Castle Crashers. So like, I would watch him play Castle Crashers, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever. And I remember that was like the second game that I was ever exposed to, like ever. And he let me choose a character. He brings me to the character select screen, and he takes me to the first level, and he's like, okay, which one do you want? And I'm like, I don't know what I'm looking at things, and like each guy has a special ability. When you press this button, he does a special thing. And I go over to, I think it was like the brown guy, and I was like, oh, what's this guy do? And he was like, oh, this guy, when you press like A or whatever, he rains heroes down from above. And I was like, oh, that sounds sick. And so I grab him, obviously barely comprehending what's happening on the screen and just dying, even though I think I'm winning. And I'm running around, And I run up to a group of guys, and I'm like, okay, press the button. And arrows fall down.
Oh.
And it's like, what? Oh, my remote.
You have to keep that one out, yeah.
Okay, I'm putting it right back where I had it. And Johnny's been literally carrying me this entire time.
Literally.
So, what was I saying? So I was like, oh, that's sick. And then I pressed the button and arrows rained down. And like, he was like, oh yeah, well, that's what you've chosen for now, because you're not going to be playing this whole time, because I want to play. Because obviously I'm like a 3-year-old wanting to play WoW. That's always, like, props to whoever it was for actually giving me the controller, though, and letting me play.
Yeah, that's nice.
Like, that was really nice. I would not have these insane memories if
you have experience now.
But, like, turns out, I think the brown guy, no.
So it turns out I jumped too early.
The brown guy is like the worst guy in Castle Crashers, or at the time, I guess. Back when Castle Crashers was literally new.
Oh my god.
Right when the Wii came out, so not
Wait, was
new,
Castle
but, like,
Crashers on GameCube?
Yeah, Castle Crashers was a GameCube game.
Really?
It was a Newgrounds game that came to GameCube, I think. I think so. It must have been on... I think... Oh, I don't know.
Huh.
It must have been on the GameCube. Because I remember holding that controller, possibly. But then again, this was so long ago that I barely remember anything about it. But I think it was the GameCube, because the other game that he had, he would bring a friend over and they would play Smash Melee.
Yeah.
And this is, I think this might have been like maybe before Brawl even came out. Like Smash Melee, I just remember seeing like all these characters, and the only stage I remember them constantly fighting on was FD. So with this weird like blue background with the purple-ish type of, you know what FD for Melee looks like. Everybody knows what FD for Melee looks like. That image is ingrained into my head because I remember watching them try to beat the Master Hand. Like I came over visiting that day and they were trying to beat the Master Hand for the first time, or not, but whatever, they were just trying to beat the Master Hand and that was all they were doing. And then they would go and play on simply just FD with no items.
No.
Oh, don't die. Oh my gosh. I just realized there's a game being played.
Is it the end?
So,
yes!
Yeah, that's the first time I ever saw Smash. Of course, I wouldn't see it again for like several more, until like 2016, so like 10 years from then. But like, and that's a story for a completely different time.
That's a story for another time.
But like,
I'm gonna go get some stuff.
Watching them play Smash Melee, they were fighting this weird white glove as these weird fox people. And I just remember being really confused as to why you couldn't play as the white glove.
Yeah.
So my first question, my first Smash Brothers question ever was, why can't you play as Master Hand?
Oh, have you actually gotten through Adventure Mode, right?
In Melee?
No, in Ultimate.
Yes.
You can play as Master Hand.
Yep.
Yeah, it's really cool.
that was the cool thing. That was like took me back when I played it for the first time. But yeah, like just watching that so those were the first 3 games that I was like ever exposed to. And then I think I explained this in the Zack and Wiki episode. Like we eventually got our own Wii, like a year after it was a thing, and that was like having our own gaming system was just like having Mario Kart and Wii Sports. It just was like a totally different experience. And Zack and Wiki. That's why that game is so nostalgic for me. Looking over the footage of the time that we did the cannibals, you know, with the ocarina and stuff. Like, we got stuck on that level for so long. I was like 3 years old. And so, like, hearing all the sounds from that again brings back so many memories. I'm actually sad that we beat it as fast as we did, but it was a really simple puzzle. So.
Oh, sorry, man.
Well, no, I was the one playing. So. Wow, he's really angry. He's really angry.
He's so red, man.
He's so red.
He's so red. I
Why
kind
are
of
you
forget we're
red?
playing a game right now.
I know, you're just like patiently waiting for my story and
Yeah, we beat the. Right as the timer went off too. Oh, dramatic.
that's the end of the episode, guys.
All right.
That's the end of the episode.
See you guys.
Thanks for tuning in. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.